Hey guys, it's me again. So we've moved on to describing people, and the website I sent you to gives you the actual pronunciation of how to say those sentences or phrases. But I just wanted to kind of look at it with you. And you can hit the play button and it will read it for you, which is right here. And then you can actually record yourself saying it and replaying it to see if you sound very much the same or not. This is a good idea. This website is a good idea for you to go to once we have our speaking test on this, because then you can kind of hear if you're saying it correctly, because you will be counted for pronunciation, will be counted off, I should say. So the first one is Nick hat kurze Haare. Nick has short hair. Now, one of the things I want you to look at here is that because hair is plural in German, right? It's not just one hair, it's hairs, according to German. This kurz right here has an E on the end because this is plural. Or if it's feminine, then it also has an E. You guys might recall that. I'm not so worried about these endings. I just want you to try to remember that if it's a feminine noun or if it's a plural noun like hair, it's going to have an E, okay? So then, obviously, kurz is the adjective for short. And I'm going to have you go through and write flashcards for all of these adjectives. I think we've gone over some of those before, but some of them you might not remember. So I'm going to have you go through, find the adjective in each sentence, and write that down. So the first one is Nick hat kurze Haare, and then the second one is Olli hat blonde Haare. Again, hair is plural, so blonde has an E on the end, okay? Peter hat schwarze Haare. Peter has black hair, again has an E at the end. Maria hat braune Haare. Again, brown is considered an adjective in German, so you would add an E to it because hairs are plural in German. Obviously not in English, but in German. Tina hat gelockte Haare. She has curly hair, so gelockt would be your adjective for that sentence, okay? Hat glatte Haare. He has straight hair. Sie hat mittellange Haare. She has mid-long hair. Lisa hat lange Haare. Rosie hat rote Haare, and so on. So as you go on, it tells you all sorts of different things: eye color, skin color, tallness, shortness. And thankfully, they use ist fett on this particular website, so we don't have to see the ugly word. So ist fett, ist dünn, all sorts of different ones if you look through, okay? There are lots of them on here. I want you to look at all of them, and I want you to go through every single one and find the adjective. Now, I want you to look at these last three because they're not using the helping verb hat. They're using ist. And we'll talk about that in my next kind of recording. But sie ist schüchtern. She is shy. Sie ist ruhig. She is quiet. Ist nett. He is nice. Now, we do this in English as well, right? We say he has curly hair, but then we say he is nice. And that's the only difference, is that in one of them you're describing what we call a direct object, which would be your hair. You're not describing yourself. You're directing the attention to an object on your body. So in this particular case, your hair. So when you're describing your hair, that's a direct object. Whereas if you're saying sie ist ruhig, you are describing that person and that person's personality traits. You're not describing something on her body or her appearance in any way, if that makes sense. So let me know if you have questions about that. So then, if you are describing yourself, which is what I'm asking you to do once you finish writing these down and making these flashcards, when you're describing yourself, you're not going to be talking about yourself in third person. You're going to be talking about yourself in the ich form. And I will put on PowerSchool Learning some descriptive sentences, and then also I'm putting sentences describing myself, so you can write those down and translate how I'm describing myself. But you will use ich, habe, right? Because if you go and look at the conjugation of haben that I will put on there for you, if you go to the ich form, it has an E ending, right? Just like a chart up above the door that I always point at. And I say if it's in the ich form, it has an E ending. So it will have an E ending. So this is an irregular verb though, so it doesn't follow that pattern, but it just happens to be that in the ich form, you add an E. So anyway, I will put this about 6 sentences describing myself, and you will translate those. Then for the activity that I've put on PowerSchool Learning, you will go in and you describe 3 people in our class using 5 description for that person. And then we have to guess who the person is. You will receive a grade for translating my description of myself. You'll receive a grade for doing the actual work of describing 3 people in class. And then you will also receive a grade for guessing who these 3 people are that your classmates have put down. Now, please make sure you stay clean and you stay nice. I do not want you putting ugly things about people, okay? So do not put like this person is ugly or this person is fat or whatever. Nothing like that. We're here to lift each other up. So make sure you put nice things or just very descriptive things, not rude things, okay? I just don't want it to be rude. So just remember, you're doing 3 people in class and you're describing 5 of their traits, if that makes sense. If you have any questions about that, let me know. And then you're also describing yourself. You'll post, and that will be another activity we're doing, which you'll see where I'm going to do this one first, this one second, this one third. So the third activity will be you describing yourself, and you'll put a picture of yourself and you will describe yourself. You don't have to describe yourself currently if you don't feel comfortable with your image right now. You can describe yourself like when you were a baby, or describe yourself when you were a toddler, or, you know, whatever. But just make sure you describe yourself. That will be the third activity that goes along with this. And so what I would recommend is if you're doing flashcards and you're using these adjectives like lange Haare or glatte Haare, you could draw a picture describing what it is. So for glatte Haare, that means straight hair. So you would draw someone with straight hair. And then for curly hair, you could draw someone with curly hair. But if you're not a visual person, you do not have to do it that way. You can just write the word on the front and the translation on the back. It's just up to you. I know some of you visual learners like to see the actual image while you're studying. We will have a quiz on this. I'm going to end up putting this on Quizlet, and we'll do a couple of Quizlet live games, and then we will have a quiz on this. And we're going to do some other fun activities with it. I'm going to try to find, I used to have a who did it kind of murder scenario kind of thing, and it was describing people. I'm going to try to find that again and see if we can do that. But anyway, if you have any questions, let me know. I will post this on my YouTube channel so you can find it easily. Any questions at all, please let me know. Talk to you soon. Bye.